Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Refining Amy. This is week, bunch of weeks all put together. Hi, I'm Amy, I'm 45, I'm 5'1", and on March 19, 2019, I had ESG surgery in Vegas with Blossom Bariatrics, Dr. Tom, and my surgeon. So I guess the last time I came to you guys, it was, I think, week 31. And so this will include week 32, 33, and now 34. I do apologize. I normally never would miss that kind of stuff, but our lives have been crazy. I was sick. So let's just get into some things that were going on with my life. I was on week 32. I was coming down, and that would have been, okay, 32, okay, 10/29, actually one of my kiddos' birthdays, and my adult kiddo. And I'm telling you guys, I was sick. We didn't even really, we had like a dinner, but I didn't even prepare it. I was sick. My mother-in-law prepared it for us, and I was not going to school. I got sick on the 20, well, I started on the Sunday, but then Monday I went to school, and I was, I left school. We have early release on Mondays. I actually went home like immediately, said, hey, I'm leaving, bye. It was like not even an option. This is what's going on, I'm leaving. And I didn't go back to school until Friday. I had gotten a sinus infection that had settled into my salivary glands. I put a picture on Instagram, and you could see where it was swollen. What was weird is it started swelling, and it got real big and centralized, and it got just kind of spread out. But I didn't realize it was on the other side too. You just couldn't tell it because it didn't do that. It just kind of was all kind of spread out, and it was painful. And what was bad is how they combat the pain and the inflammation along with antibiotics is they give you ibuprofen. And you know, my doctor actually will allow me to have some ibuprofen, but I have to be careful. Eat it on with a full tummy so not to aggravate anything. And you know, it's not meant to be taken like, it's like, okay, well, if you've got headaches and that's the only way it's going to take care of a headache, obviously take some ibuprofen, take care of yourself. And that's his rule of and train of thought on that. Well, the problem with that is I was literally having to take it 3 times a day, 800 milligrams, which was like a pill this freaking big. And I was like, yeah, no, I can't do that. So I was taking 1 a day, and then I kind of went to every other day for a couple of days, just to help with that inflammation, because my jaw hurt so bad, like, and it was like in this part. It was like, it looked like an abscess tooth. I'll include some pictures, take a look. And that's not even like as bad as it got. I didn't take pictures of all of it. It was just that beginning. I literally went into the doctor's office and was like, I have this going on, and I broke my face because I was literally smiling at my husband when I felt something pinch in my cheek, and it felt weird, and then started swelling, localized swelling, and then it kind of spread. And weirdest thing ever. Never heard of salivary glands being swollen and getting infected, but it happens. All right. So that happened. So week 32 was a wash. It hurt to talk, so I didn't want to do a video. I'm sorry. So my stats for week 32, October 29th, was I weighed in at 187.4. That was a loss of 1.1 pounds for the week. That is a total loss from surgery, 79 pounds, and a total loss from my beginning weight of 104.9. then for week 33. All right, so I hadn't made chaffles yet. This kind of, they tie it into each other, still sick. I was like, ugh. I finally went back to school. I was upset because I had already dressed, bought my thing for dressing up every day because we had a spirit week, and I didn't get to do that because I was going to dress up like a little scarecrow, and I had the whole thing, and get to dress up for my kids for Halloween. I didn't get to do the Halloween stuff. I did do because we had gone to the pumpkin patch, which was the week prior, right before I got sick, and it was so much fun. I need to talk about that. We went and did everything. What was really great is I had so much energy. It was wonderful. Weather was beautiful. It was a little cool and crisp in the morning, but as it went on, we were able to take off our heavy coats and just really enjoy ourselves. And it was nice. But I had all these activities for the kids to do with pumpkins that they had picked out once they came back to the classroom. Well, I got sick. We were going to come back and do those, and because we went to the pumpkin patch, and we were going to paint pumpkins and let them take them home, and but we kept the pumpkins. I didn't get to take them home because on Friday when I came back, we did our pumpkin lab, and I took a video of it and I shared it with my parents, and it was so great. I can't share it with you guys just because confidentiality of not only the fact that my kids have IEPs and different labels that we can't talk about, but also because, it's kids. I don't even share my kids on here. I'm not going to share other people's children. All right. So I will tell you, during the time I was sick, it was very difficult because I was resting so much. And just the fact that all the drainage, my stomach was off. I didn't really feel like drinking. I did get dehydrated, not to the point that I needed to go have anything, but I did feel pretty gross. Prior to this, I was doing really good with my hydration. I got back on a schedule. Everything was good, but this happens. And it was really hard for me because, I needed rest. But when I would go to sleep or I was resting in bed, it's not really conducive to drinking. And so that was a little different too. So if you've had surgery, how do you battle this? How do you get enough fluids in when you're sick? So help me out. Help a sister out. Okay, so I wrote this down because my next goal is 175. And I haven't weighed this since I gave birth to my first kiddo. And with each child, I put on more weight. I always got put on bed rest. I really had to work to get to 175. It was crazy. After it took me months to get there. It was like, oh, I popped them out and then I was 175. Each pregnancy, I put on more weight, and I know when I get married the first time, I was 145, which is at the high end of my range that I even want to get at. And actually, I wasn't 145. I take that back. I was weighing that beforehand, and then I lost weight, and my whole dress had to be redone. Because my mom, bless her heart, she made all my bridesmaids dresses, and she had to literally cut down the bodice of my dress and make it fit. And it was, I felt bad because I lost weight. And so when I got married the very first time, I was probably 138. So right in the middle of where I should have been. And so, but I was very, very busty. So like all my weight was in my boobs. And, or so it seemed. And I wrote on here that Friday was my tat day. So I have given a little preview on Instagram. Here's a little video. Okay, I'm so freaking excited. I am on my way to go get my weight loss tattoo, and it is just amazing to know that this is where I am. I've lost well over 100 pounds, and you know, this is my reward that I've been waiting for, and you know, I can't wait to show you guys and have this, you know, this permanent reminder of the journey that I have gone through and I will continue to be on forever. So I just wanted to, you know, capture just a glimpse of the process. So I will talk to you guys soon. And here's some pictures in between hand, like the picture of my, when he gave me my the stencil on my arm, and then he started the outlining. He did outlining to shading to coloring, and then he would add the layers of the colors and everything. It didn't hurt. The wings were a little touchy, and there was parts of the flower where he would have to go over and add another color on top of it. And I could tell that, oh, you've been there before. But none of it was like super, oh my gosh, this is so painful or anything like that. But I do have another tattoo. It's on my leg. And I already have my other tattoos planned. So, hey, there you have it. So, these are the pictures in the one video. And I have a picture of me standing in front of the mirror that's like right after it's done. But I will tell you, it is healed right here. I just took off the stuff now. It's funny because they had this like almost like a steri strip over the top of it. No longer did you have to like wrap it in saran wrap and just keep putting stuff on it. They don't have you do that. They put this stuff on and let your body kind of naturally heal itself. And then, but my skin is kind of dried out from underneath it, but that's normal. And I will get a better picture now with all that off of it and put that right here. All right. Okay, so I'm home and I love my new tattoo. It's wrapped, so they have something, it's kind of like a big band-aid, like one of those clear band-aids, but it's supposed to help keep it sterile and help with the healing process. Anyways, I'll try to show you. It's kind of hard to see, and of course it's upside down. See if I can go this way. There we go. So there is my tattoo. Isn't that amazing? I'm so lucky to have such a great artist do my tattoo. So that's all about my tat. Okay, so for week 33, which the weigh-in day was November 5th, I weighed 187. That was a loss of 0.4 ounces. It is a loss since surgery of 79.1 ounce. And from my beginning weight, 105.3 ounces. So going into week 34, about week 34, I've got some notes here. I wanted to share those with you. I feel great. I'm no longer feeling dehydrated, super energetic. That's wonderful. Also, loving my tattoo. We've had some craziness that started actually while I was sick. So like it actually started in, oh goodness, it would have been week 33, maybe? Well, week 32, 33, all in there. And I will get into that. We had a pipe burst in our slab. And how I found out about it is someone had spilt a drink. One of the kids had spilled a drink and they left it on the floor. And I went to go clean it up and I noticed some black slime which was not the thing. And I thought, geez, what's going on here? And I noticed some moldy, mildewy thing on the wood of this sofa that was right there. And I thought, So I was moving everything out, moved the cushions out, moved all this stuff out, moved the actual, because I needed to mop underneath it. And there was an old floor vent there. And although we have since changed things and we have ceiling vents and our AC runs through there, they were like old furnace vents that had been abandoned pretty much, but there was still, the ductwork was there in the house. And steam was coming out of it. What? Okay. And there's mold, mildewy stuff all on the bottom of the sofa that was over the top of it. So we found out that the pipe that takes the hot water to this side of the house somewhere was busted, and you could hear water pouring in this hole, the ductwork, and steam. It looked like Pagosa Springs. And if y'all know anything about hot springs, you can see the vapor in the air. But this was in my house, okay? Not good situation here at all. And that brought on a series of events which has led to complete chaos. We had to tap into the existing line, abandon all the lines within the subfloor, the flooring, which is a slab. That meant holes in my wall, drywall dust everywhere. And my pantry was all over my house. The dining room, the computer room, even our entryway. It was everywhere. Plus, the water had gotten up underneath the flooring, so flooring had to be ripped out, and we had to find out how far that vapor had seeped underneath our laminate, like pergo flooring. So our house was in complete shambles, and it was just a nightmare. But in the process of this, we ended up, because of what we were doing, we ended up having to knock out a wall in the pantry to get to something. And in the process, we moved the washer and dryer, which was on the back side of the pantry. We moved it out into the garage, which we're eventually going to do something with that. And we created a larger pantry. And I love my pantry. So here's a picture of it. All right, so all in all, crazy time between sickness and all this stuff. And also, in the midst of this, we had a birthday party at the tail end of this. We didn't know what was going to happen. We had it at my in-laws, which was super fun. We used their shop that we've been helping build. It's almost completely done, just like some corner molding stuff, but we had a lot of fun doing that. And we had games, and it was just fun, but lots going on. So as you can see, I didn't get to have videos. I literally had craziness everywhere, and I just couldn't get it done. So for today's weigh-in, for November 12th, which is week 34, I weigh 185.7. That's a loss from last week of 1.3 pounds. It is a loss from my surgery of 266.4, 80.7 pounds, and a loss from my beginning weight of 292.3 of 106.6 pounds. So throughout all the craziness and everything, I was still losing weight every week. Some not as much as other, and I do know some of it has to do from dehydration. I'm back on track. I'm doing great. Been in trainings for 2 days for work. I have another one tomorrow. And then the remaining of this week, I will be back in my classroom, with my kiddos, which I prefer. Next go around, I will be bringing you my 8th month, which it also happens to fall on actually week 35. So there will be all new pictures, there will be everything, new stats, measurements, the whole 9 yards, and I'm excited because, you know, I like sharing that with you guys too. I am firmly wearing size 12s, and I still wear large shirts just because I like the feeling of them. I'm still pretty busty, even though I've lost a considerable amount of boobage, but I had plenty to lose. And but I'm just excited to be able to come to you guys, and even though I've been away from you guys, I have actually had losses and sticking to my plan, and I'm enjoying my life. And I hope all of you are having a great start of your November. We're almost, all of you who were in armed forces or have been in the armed forces, that you were properly honored, and as you should be. And here is my firm appreciation for all that you do. Thank you so much for what you've done for our country. Okay, so my district, there's a lot of different places, and every school site, all the different programs like transportation, all those different things, they nominate a school employee of the month. And then you get put into a drawing for different prizes. Everyone gets a prize that gets nominated. Well, I was nominated for my school as Teacher of the Month for the month of October, and I was informed last week, so in week 34, that I was chosen for my school, and my principal had a lot of nice things to say about me, and it was wonderful to hear. I'm basically the school's ray of sunshine. Anyways, I digress. So we get put into a drawing, and I freaking won. Oh, wait a minute. They have like really cool prizes, like oil changes and everything. These businesses give a lot towards us. But a new business gave a new prize. This girl gets a freaking 1-hour massage. Oh my gosh, from a licensed massage therapist. I'm so excited. You know, her life has been a little chaotic. I get to get these knots rubbed out. My husband does the best he can, but literally I have like cords in my neck right now. So I'm so excited. I thought I'd share. I forgot earlier. Alright, I'm adding it to it. Alright. Okay, so that's a wrap. Thank you all for your love, your support, and I appreciate every one of you. I'm sorry that I haven't been around, but life happens. But trust me, if it ever happens again, I will always get you caught up. Alright, I appreciate all of you. Feel free to share. Always, if you're not a part of Refining Amy, thank you for joining me, and hit subscribe and get those notifications that I have been around. Alright, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.